G'day everyone, Happy New Year. Hope you had a great time with your family and friends over the festive season. It was definitely a good one for the Hanna household. We had a great time with the kids, and it was a fantastic time, Christmas, when we got young kids, so I hope it was for you guys as well. Well, it's quarterly report time again, so attached is your December 2017 quarterly report. The performance for the quarter was actually one of the best ones we've seen since March 2015, so it's a really pleasing result. This is on the back of generally the performance of the energy sector, and also the healthcare sector continued to do quite well. On the back of all of this was the fact that there was the Royal Commission announced in November, so we also originally saw a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to the banking share prices as they pulled off when the announcement was made. However, we saw this sort of start to recover over the coming days and those sorts of things. Our view with the Royal Commission really, I guess, is that there has been just so many inquiries into financial services since the GFC that we're not expecting there to be anything really fundamentally come out of the Royal Commission. Sure, there's going to be headlines and there's going to be news stories and things like that potentially could come out of the Royal Commission, but we don't see that there's anything necessarily fundamental that should really affect the price or the earnings capacity of the banks over the next period of time. Because if anything, since the GFC, the legislative requirements and the strengthening that they've had to do on their bank balance sheets has put them really in good stead in our view. Interestingly, over the next 12 months, many of the economists are predicting an interest rate rise in Australia later on in the year, so that'll be interesting to see if that plays out. Clearly, things like the unemployment rate and inflation rate will play a big factor in that decision. While overseas in the US, there's predictions anywhere from 3 or 4 times that they'll potentially raise interest rates overseas. So clearly the US has had a really strong 12 to 18 months, and their markets reacted accordingly to the strong economic growth that they have had. A lot of that revolves around the tax cuts that Trump is implementing as we speak. So there's no doubt that they've had a really good, strong period. If you read our newsletters and articles, you'll have seen the article we recently did on ensuring that you don't chase the most recent strong performance. So there's something to keep in mind, given that we've had globally good returns, not necessarily to overreact to that. So our view is to continue to stay the course with good diversification across multiple sectors and multiple countries. So that's just one thing to take into account. Great to see good performance overseas, but it's not necessarily anything that we need to do a knee-jerk reaction to. So have a look at the quarterly report. Good once again to see some good numbers for the period, and if you've got any questions, look forward to hearing from you. Cheers!